It is that time of year when I make a list of games I'm interested in, but not necessarily excited for. This list can include games that may not have come out yet, and games I have yet to play. For the most part, these games are on my wish list. There are only a few games on this list that aren't on my wish list. One of the reasons is because it isn't on Steam yet, or I just have no reason to add it because I don't plan to buy/play the game. Now, why even include games into this list if I don't plan to play it? That is because it isn't unlikely that I may play these games. I may make another video of this type if there are more games that seem to draw my interest. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are a few games that look interesting to me, but I know nothing about. One game that is on this list, I don't plan to play since I didn't play the previous game. I had a very bad time with the first game because of how grueling the combat was. It took a lot of willpower to complete the game. Something I realized I have in spades because I have no idea how I completed Hellpoint. So let's do a small review of Hellpoint. So I didn't like the game. The thing I did like was the fact that resting at the Rift didn't reset enemies. So, in Soulsborne games, and most Souls-like, resting at the bonfire resets the world, and all of your healing items. This game didn't do this. So cheesing hard at enemies became a lot easier. If I can find the cheese I did, I'll insert it in, but cheesing was so easy. Going away! Cute. But yeah, this is like literal cheese. It's you go into the fucking rift, safe. I'll even showcase it. See how easy it is, and nothing resets. Yeah, this is like a really hard enemy to kill. I have like so much fucking problems with it. As you can tell, it gets stunned for a bit. This game has really shitty fucking AI. Or rephrase this, they have a really bad. Again, my model's away because I'm showcasing this. But they have really bad like placement of enemies sometimes because that motherfucker can fall from the top of the fucking like area. So like it's really shit a lot of the times. So you run, you hear a fucking noise, and it's like okay, cool, there's no fucking nearby. As you can tell, running low on health was like alright, cool. I'm just gonna go back, get the stuff. It doesn't reset because again, this thing doesn't reset the world. Thank you. So yeah, you just do stuff like that. But it's fairly easy to cheese in this fucking game. Alright, I'm gonna go back and put back my model that you love and adore. You know, you love this fucking model. You know, you love this fucking shit. All right. I would fight enemies, go to the rift or whatever it's called, heal up, have some involve, and then go back to fighting another day. You just saw that. Also, there was a very interesting mechanic with your healing item that I didn't find out till I was almost done with the game. So in this game, you have healing charges, and in order to charge your healing item, you have to fight. Also, like, I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't give a fuck about showing the date it is, because, like, I'm fine with that. I don't care. In this game, to get my healing charges back, I'll usually either die or find a healing station to refill my charges. But very little information is given to you when it comes to this game. But the point is to kill the main three bosses, also find a bunch of rifts in order to get 100% data. Combo was easy, and besides one dumb boss that kept stomping around and ripping his arms, I had a fine time. Fine time being that nothing took me long to kill. Last boss was probably the easiest and dumbest boss that I've dealt with. I died more to falling off the map than to the boss. This game took the put the information in the world too literally. I was held captive by the game because in order to even get access to the last boss, you need to get 100% data. Something that you get from killing the three main bosses, finding data notes throughout the world, and also from unlocking the rifts. But I beat the game. I'll never return to it, even though there is DLC that I left unintended. The next game is Digimon Storytime Stranger, and I feel like a lot of people may not like this game. The main reason people may not like this game is because it's a Digimon game. Digimon games can be hit or miss, and for me, mostly misses. The only Digimon games I actually like were the Cyber Sleuth games. Even though, truthfully, the games aren't that good. It's a good time waster if you have watched the Digimon shows growing up. But because this game follows the same formula of those games, I'm interested to see what this game entails. I think the main thing I want to know is what new Digimon will show up in the game. I say new Digimon, but I don't really think there has been new Digi evolutions in years. Then again, I don't really keep up with Digimon much, and the only way I'm connected to them is through the games. Other than that, I have no idea what is new with the digital world, since I don't really care. I tend to say the same things when it comes to the Pokemon games. Buy indie and support them before supporting any of these games. I say this, but have a Digimon game on my list. But again, this is my list. I don't plan to play this game anytime soon. Will probably be a while till it goes on sale, because games like this take a few years till it gets a decent sale for the game. If you see a big sale close to the release date, then they didn't sell well, They are trying to get people to buy the game by any means. But truthfully, I play this game to see what Digimon I confuse and get. I also hope for combat to be fun, but again, you never really know with these games. I had fun with both Cyber Sleuth games, so I should have fun with this game when I finally get to it. The next game is a shift from the first two games because art-wise and gameplay style is vastly different. Also, this game is indie, while the other two games aren't. Masalia, Echoes of the Past, is a game I knew nothing about, until looking at games that come out this year. Now, I'll say outright that this game doesn't look appealing to a normal eye, but looks very pretty to me. I have no idea of what this game is about, besides the fact that you control a creature underwater and fight other creatures. It is also a Metroidvania and a platformer, which is why it interests me. Even the blurb on Steam doesn't really tell you much about the game. I'll read it for you now, but won't include it in the script because the text is on screen. Explore a mysterious and wonderful world in Masalia, Echoes of the Past, at 3D Metroidvania. Unlock powerful abilities, traverse hidden pathways, and master fluid movements to forge your own path. Face wild creatures and uncover the secrets of a vast, interconnected realm. But the game looks nice, and seems like it'll be a fun time. Other than that, I have nothing really to say about this game. I haven't even added it to my wish list because of the fact that I know next to nothing about this game. But maybe it'll be added once I get to know more about it. You may even see me playing it in the future, or a review depending on if I remember to do that. But looks like a game I would like, just based on the tags. The next game is one I was talking about in the beginning of the video. The game I don't believe I will be playing because I had such a bad time with the first game. That game isn't Sekiro, but Nioh 3. A scene of me getting shot a bunch by arrows still plays in my head when I think of Nioh. But the main reason I don't see myself getting this game, because I never played Nioh 2. I would have to be deep into masochism, decide to load up Nioh 2 after what I experienced in Nioh 1. I'm not gonna lie. Nioh 2 did look fun when it came out, and I had so many people telling me to give it a try. Against my better judgment, I'll buy Nioh 1 and 2. The reason I'm adding the first game to my account is because I played Nioh 1 on my PS4. I have sadly left a ton of games on my PS4, never to be played again. I really wish we would get Bloodborne Remastered on PC. But you all know that Sony isn't going to allow that. But now I own 2 of the Nioh games, so it is somewhat likely that I play Nioh 3. I probably won't touch 2, till I own 3, so I can play them back to back. I think the main draw that Nioh 3 has is being able to switch your playstyle while fighting. Going from a samurai to ninja sounds great, which isn't a hard contrast since your character in Nioh uses ninja weapons. I don't really know the main changes with the playstyles, so I played 2, but I would guess that a lot of your abilities change when the playstyle changes. I don't know why I'm getting FF14 vibes with the job changes during combat, but I believe that is what draws me to play it.
Here is my answer.
That's the job change. The main draw for 2, I guess 3, would be using your yokai abilities in the fight, having that enhance your gameplay. But now I'm getting FOMO, because I never played 2, and want to talk more about the draws of 3, but can't, since I never played 2. But it does interest me because of the combat and all that was showcased in the trailer. I feel like this game is a lot of people's most anticipated game of the year. The next game is not on Steam as of yet, but it seems like an interesting game. That game is Deca Police. Even searching a game up doesn't really do it justice. As you can see, the main things are that it has been delayed, which is not a good thing. This is another game which I pulled from the games coming out this year. Artwork looks interesting. I hope release pushbacks are because they don't want to release an incomplete game. For the little information on the website, the game seems like a detective mystery. You play as detectives that collect evidence or solve cases. The interesting aspect of this game is that when you find the criminals in your case, you have 2 options when dealing with them. You either peacefully talk them down, or fight them, which results in them turning into a beast that you have to fight. I don't understand how it goes from failed conversation to them turning into a beast that you have to take down. I guess that will be explained when you play the game, because the only thing told is how to take them down. So the reason why I say that is because here, it says force may be required to arrest the culprit. When confronting a cornered criminal, it can be possible to appeal to their heart, make them surrender. Sometimes, however, they'll turn into crime beasts, embodiments of malice and attack, make use of futuristic gimmicks, to incapacitate them or arrest them. The characters look very basic, and the names look like they got them from a name generator. I kind of also want to say that they got the names from English words, said yes, this works. Like the main character is called Harvard Marx. Like yes, he went to Harvard. He got the highest marks. I'm just gonna end it on, oh wait, Carl Oxford? Like the Oxford Dictionary? Okay, I'll stop looking at this one. Also, this game is apparently going to be an anime, so I guess if you don't want to buy the game, you can just watch the anime. Reminds me of when Persona 5 came out, and I was able to watch the anime. Why do I feel like Persona 5 came out when I was in college? Hold up. Let me search that up real quick. And I feel the game looks interesting, but the game's talking about probably holds less interest than the others. Probably because I feel like the story won't feel strong, and the detective gameplay may fall flat. but I will check in on this game once it releases. The game that people will probably say will be Game of the Year, but I highly doubt it. Funny thing is that I want to play GTA 5 in my personal time, but on PC. So I decided against it because apparently Rockstar uses their own launcher when it comes to the game, which is fine since many games use their own launchers even when using Steam. The main reason I decided against it is because people have had their accounts hacked because of the game. I would accredit it to the online culture of GTA Online, but I would hope that GTA focuses on their online security. But I do feel like GTA 6 will be a fun game, but I have no idea how the game will play out. The only thing we know is that the game follows lovers. You probably bounce between the both of them to play out the story. I'm going to guess it is going to play out how it did with GTA 5. So a recap. The people who haven't played GTA 5. So in the game, you have three MCs. They are three guys from different walks of life. You get to see life through their eyes as you play. It was nice to see through their perspective. What I feel will happen with this game. But I also feel like this will be completely different since the couple lives together. So I don't really see them being apart unless there's a reason to have them be alone. Also, this game will be housed in Florida, and there are so many things that you can get into. Let's be honest. Florida is its own country at this point. So I can't even remotely guess what Rockstar has in store for us. I think that is why I'm really invested in this game. The unpredictability with Florida alone has me sold on the game. I feel like the story will be alright, and one of these days I'll revisit the first few GTA games, since I own them on PC. I will say this now, but even if I do play the single player aspect of the game, I don't really see myself playing the online aspect. I doubt that Rockstar would miss out on GTA 6 online, since GTA 5 is very popular with the RP community. But I'm excited to play the game and try to avoid spoilers when it comes out, if it isn't put to pack. I do like that the big joke is that no one believes that the game is actually going to come out. Another game that I know nothing about, but added it because it seems interesting. Kind of reminds me of those really weird detective games. We weren't able to attack, and all you had was a camera and a flashlight. I have no idea if that is the case in this game, but I doubt it, based on your character having metal ligament. So Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss, doesn't really give you much when it comes to a small description. The mining station in the Pacific Abyss is no longer responding. As an investigator of the cult, unravel the mysteries of the deep, test your wits and sanity, in a thriller inspired by the Master of Provenance. All you can see is the main character wears a very weird little suit, goes to this otherworldly place. But then again, the name includes Cthulhu, so who knows what horrors we will witness. So reading more follows the other detective games in this video where we have to solve puzzles in order to solve cases. Also seems that the choices you make in this game changes the outcome and also the ending your character can go through. That means this game presents a lot of replayable action. I'm basing all this information on the fact that this game talks about branching routes. I'll read it right now. Dive into darkness with a key, your AI companion. Follow leads, gather scattered clues, and sharpen your detective skills to solve immersive and complex puzzles. Uncover hidden truths and look beyond appearances to choose your path to resolving the case. Every mystery offers branching routes and secret passages waiting to be discovered. But other than that, I have no idea what the gameplay will look like, so it just talks about the fact that this is a detective game. My bad is a first-person investigative horror adventure. I have no idea what that means, and I can't even imagine how that translates into gameplay. I'm going to imagine that there is no real action in this game, and you will have to choose actions by real-time events. But this game does seem interesting and has a different look compared to the other games. Also, it's nice to see a new Cthulhu game being made. I've talked about this game a ton on stream. I think I talked about it a bit in the video, but it's rare that we get an action vampire game nowadays. I think the last one I saw and played was Vampire. The next upcoming vampire game would be Vampire the Masquerade 2. I'm going to say something controversial. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Vampire the Masquerade game. The reason I did dislike it had nothing to do with the story or gameplay. I couldn't run the game after buying it, and I had no idea why. I had to research and find out that there was an unofficial patch for the game. Thanks to the fans, who could play the game years later. That rubbed me the wrong way, even though it shouldn't have. Anyway, The Blood of the Dawnwalker has nothing to do with VTM or any other vampire game. Now, the great thing about this game is that you can only really look up when it comes to it. The main reason is because the devs came from CDPR, which we know made all the Witcher games and also Cyberpunk. With knowing all this, I highly doubt the story will be bad. I have no idea how the gameplay will be. It's the only thing I've seen is a trailer. It didn't show much. Because of the dev's background, you can tell this game will follow the story of a named character. That means you won't have the chance to create a character of your own like. Again, I have no idea if this is truth because nothing has been shown. I kind of hope that there is character creation since I have a feeling there are skill trees that can change up your combat. But again, nothing is shown. So all we can do is wait for more information to come out. This is the only game in this list that I've actually played. The only game I played a demo of because I remember the first game fondly. So Sauce 2 is one of those games where you have to make 4 characters then progress through the game with those characters. The funny thing is that I wasn't really asking for a second game or expecting it. It's probably because I played one forever ago. But I got the chance to play the demo, and it was actually an amazing demo. Now, it wasn't optimized the best, but it played great. The first thing I agreed to is choosing your movement, but it's truthfully an amazing innovation for CRPGs. You can either choose WASD or point and click, which isn't really something that CRPGs have. Most are just point and click to get to your destination. Now, the story in the demo isn't that much because it's a story that was made just for the demo and won't be in the game. But I think my favorite takeaway from the demo, which I talked about in my video, was that you could switch weapons without using an action. Combat felt good for a turn-based game, but I'm excited to see what the full game includes. They do update us with different subclasses once in a while to let us know what will be included in the full release. It is a nice way to know what from the first game will be added to the game. The last game on this list is the only JRPG, but also the only one I see that actually says when it will come out in 2026. Sacrifire. Well, it doesn't actually give us an actual day, but says it will be released Q1, which means in a few months. But looking at the Steam page, you can see that this is a very pretty and stylized game. This is a JRPG, so you're most likely piloting more than one character in a turn-based game. Then again, it looks to be dodging aspects, so no idea what this game will actually entail. All the game gives us on the main character is that they are priests. It means nothing. I'll rate it for you. Sacrifice is an upcoming RPG, boasting a unique combat system, elaborate pixel art, music by genre legend, Motoi Sakuraba. Ezekiel Ridin, a young priest, struggles to keep his faith as the world he loves is threatened by a war between gods and demons. The adventure begins. The little that it says about combat is that there is diverse combat disciplines, which means that you can play different playstyles. Maybe that means that I can make the main character a mage, but it does look nice that this game has original music and voice acting. It's one of those games I added to my wish list because it looked nice, but I feel like this will be a fun JRPG to play once it comes out in a few months. Anyway, this has been my list of games that have my interest. This is not in any type of order because truthfully, if there was an order, and Celeste 2 would have been the first game I talked about. But I didn't even think of what games to include. I tried to mix them with games that come out this year, also some of the games that came out later in 2025. But hope you enjoyed my list, even though I said fuck all. I have about 3 games in this list I actually plan to buy. But again, will be bought when they come on sale. Those games are Celeste 2, The Blood of the Dawnwalker, and the Digimon Story Time Stranger. I would add GTA 6 to that list, but I feel like the games I've listed have a better chance of getting on sale before GTA 6 does. Another game that I would add as an honorable mention is Code Vein 2. But I feel like the game looks worse. Maybe it will be more fun than the first game, but we'll only know when it actually releases. Okay, so I'm gonna showcase some stuff. Like, this character she looks so fucking bad. Like, her eyes. She looks so fucking bad. And then, let's like Code Vein 1. Maybe I'm tripping, and look at this whole game, like, game looks great. Also, I can't find a face. The eyes look a lot better in this game. Like, this looks so good. Compared to, like, whatever the fuck that shit was. Like, it's immensely better. I feel like the art fucking took a big hit, which is why I said it looks better. But all these games have my interest in one way or another. The thing I like the most, even though it was accidental, that all these games are different. None of these look remotely similar or even play alike, which is great. Now you may say there's 2 detective games on the list, but they're 2 different, completely different detective games, so you can't really say they're even similar. Tell me what games you have your eyes on this year. My name is Oni the Incubus, and that is my time. Hope you have a great day and amazing week. Later days. I love you all. Sending you peace and love and kisses consensually. I love you all. Bye. Bye. I love you all. Peace. Mwah.